Hello, today I'm sharing my top makeup products in every makeup category. These are my high-end luxury picks. I recently did a drugstore version of the same video and you requested to see my high-end luxury picks as well. So here we are. I have a couple of extra categories in this video and more products to share with you. So I am going to be as concise as possible and give you the nuts and bolts as to why these are my current favorites, my holy grails right now, because I'm a little nervous about how long this video might get. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, the hair is tucked behind the ears. We're getting serious. Now keep in mind as we go through this video that I have been on YouTube for just over 9 years now. I still can't believe that. And I have tested and reviewed a ton of products during that time. New products are being released every single day. I have a lot more favorites within each category that I could possibly put in this video. So if you're not seeing something that I've mentioned loving before, it does not mean I don't love and use that product on a regular basis. I just could not even begin to put every product I use and love in one single video. These were the products that came to mind for me when I thought, okay, what am I currently reaching for? What am I loving right now for specific reasons that we'll get into? And let me know in the comments too if you love some of these or if you don't, or what some of your favorites are in certain categories, and if you want me to update you yearly as to what my current Holy Grail favorites are. I could do yearly updates of this and my drugstore video too. So let's start with primers. I have 3 top primer picks right now. My first primer has been a holy grail for me for years and years, and it is still here. This is Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. I have the jumbo size. There are 3 sizes you can choose from. This has a kind of an airy, whipped, light, lotiony texture that massages into your skin beautifully. You only need a pea-size amount, as with most primers. It's oil-free and it feels weightless, and it kind of brightens your skin and invisibly evens out your skin tone. It smooths and minimizes pores and texture, and it repels water. So if you live in extreme heat and humidity like I do, it's fantastic. It's also great if you are going to be sweating, and it works well with any type of foundation, liquids, creams, powders, and it's great for all skin types, even sensitive skin. It works well on my normal dry areas around the perimeter of my face and my shine prone areas in the center. My skin just always looks nice and smooth, and my skin stays nice and balanced. I don't get overly oily in my shine prone areas. This has been a staple for me for years. I can't tell you how many bottles and tubes I've gone through. My next top current favorite primer is Tula Filter Primer. I thought this was going to be too hydrating for me, that it was mostly for normal to dry skin, but this is a primer that I think all skin types could really love. If you have normal to dry skin or normal to dry areas on your face, you are going to love this one. And if you have combination oily skin, or if you have shine prone areas, it's not so hydrating that it's going to take you into oily, greasy territory. It just feels really comfortable. It's a silicone based primer that not only hydrates, but it also blurs and smooths your pores and texture. And it has nice ingredients in here that help even your skin tone over time. So there is one untinted shade called First Light, and there are 4 tinted shades, which are really nice to wear under foundation, but also to wear on their own because they give a sheer veil of coverage and a lit from within glow. I've worn these on their own and topped them with powder plenty of times. I've worn them under powder foundation. This became a quick favorite for me. This is Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Water Powder Serum. This has been doing a phenomenal job of absorbing sweat and oil breakthrough, shine breakthrough in my shine prone areas without drying my skin. It's been so brutally hot and humid here in New Orleans, and I was just having major issues with shine breakthrough. So I pulled a few primers out of my stash that I knew were specifically for that, and this is the one that stood out to me. It's the one I've been reaching for over and over and over again. I even traveled with it. It's water-based. There's no alcohol, which is probably why it's not drying. There are nice ingredients in here to soothe, hydrate, smooth texture and pores. There are also antioxidant properties in here. I just take 4 to 5 drops and kind of pat and swipe them onto my skin. It's very fast absorbing and completely clear. You can't even tell it's on your skin at all. It feels like nothing. It fully sinks in. It's not sticky. I cannot feel it. It never balls up like some similar products that have similar claims. Sometimes I wear this by itself when I'm not wearing any other makeup or base products to speak of. I've thrown it on under powder foundation. It just works really well if you have oil breakthrough issues, shine prone areas, combination oily skin, if you live or are going to be traveling to hot, humid areas, or if you have an event you know you might have those types of issues. Highly recommend. My go-to eyeshadow primer, or I would say the one that's been in my life the longest, that I've repurchased the most, has been Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. This is the regular, the original version, but there are matte and shimmer tinted versions. There's also an anti-aging version. It feels very lightweight. It's not sticky. It doesn't feel like you have an extra layer of something on your eyes. And this original one is pretty invisible when it's on your lids. It keeps your eye makeup color true. It keeps it from fading, increasing even on oily lids. And I just find, especially as we get older, an eyeshadow primer is more necessary than ever. And I realized in my drugstore video, I forgot to mention an eyeshadow primer. Milani is probably the one that I've repurchased the most out of my drugstore eyeshadow primers. So I just wanted to give that a quick mention here. I was able to narrow foundations down to a few for this video. It was really hard, but I managed. So I'm starting with Estee Lauder Double Wear, of course. Now, when applied properly, and I do have a video on how to apply it properly so it never looks cakey. I'll have it linked up in the corner and down below in my description box, along with everything I'm sharing today. I'll also have as many products as possible sourced through YouTube. They don't always have everything. So if you don't see something there, check my description box where everything will be sourced for you. So when applied properly, it is buildable from light medium. Yes, light medium. You don't have to build this to full, but you can. And it appears natural and never looks or feels heavy or cakey, while being probably the longest wearing foundation on the market. But even though it's long lasting and bulletproof the entire day and night, it isn't matte. And even though it sets quickly, it never clings to dry areas or exaggerates them. My face never feels dry and tight. It never settles into lines or texture. It actually has a very natural looking finish. It's not too matte, it's not too radiant, which suits a variety of skin types. It also mixes well with other foundations and other types of products. So if you're like me and you get some shine in the center of your face and you want a more matte finish, but you still want long wear, you can easily mix this with a matte foundation, giving you an ultra long wearing matte or semi-matte foundation. And if you have dry skin and you want more hydration or more luminosity, you can easily mix in a radiant foundation, a luminizer, or a moisturizer. It's also sweat, heat, and humidity resistant. When I want my makeup to look as flawless at the end of a hot, sweaty night as it looked early that morning, this is the foundation I'm reaching for. It is next level bulletproof. My next foundation is Guerlain Terracotta Latent Foundation. I feel like I've been raving about this for years. Well, I guess I have since it launched. This gives medium to medium full coverage that looks like skin. It has a luminous, soft matte, smooth, flattering finish. It used to be listed on websites as Terracotta Latent Healthy Glow Foundation. I almost didn't even try it because of that. I thought it was going to be too luminous and glowy. But then I think it was last year when they launched an extension of this, the Terracotta Latent Glow Foundation in the shiny bottle. They took Healthy Glow off of this. I mean, it was never on the bottle. It was only on the website listings, and it's just Terracotta Latent. And on some sites, it's listed as Terracotta Latent Matte, but it's not matte. This is the first foundation that really made me realize what soft luminous matte was. I get compliments on my skin when I wear this, not on my makeup, on how pretty my skin looks. It's smoothing, blurring, lightweight, and hydrating, and it kind of gives this soft focus blurring effect. And I might have to blot once or twice on a humid day with it, but it never goes into greasy territory, and it lasts really well, even in heat and humidity. It's a gorgeous skin light foundation that feels thin on your skin while giving beautiful coverage, and I think it's great for all skin types. Okay, I had to put this in this video. This is Christian Louboutin Tint Fetiche La Fluide. I'm sure I butchered that. That's okay. This is a long-wearing foundation. I like to apply with a damp sponge. It just blends out so seamlessly for me that way. I can build it from medium to pretty much full coverage. It looks like skin. It smooths and blurs my pores and texture so beautifully. And it has a flattering soft satin finish before setting. And after my makeup is done and set, it has a soft matte finish that looks natural and never heavy or flat. It's just such a beautiful foundation. And as I wear this throughout the day and my oils start to mesh with the foundation, I get a soft glow to my skin, but I never look oily or greasy, even at the end of the day. And it wears beautifully all day long. My light coverage skin tint pick is Salt New York Sneaky Balm. I just think this is such a beautiful formula. It's easy to apply. It truly melts into your skin and evens out your skin tone invisibly. It has a soft, naturally dewy finish that doesn't take me into full out greasy territory like a lot of balm formulas do. It just looks like natural, healthy skin and has sheer to light skin-like coverage. It lasts a decent amount of time for a skin tint, though not as long as a foundation would. It has nourishing ingredients in it. It's a great formula for normal to dry skin. Now, I love this on all areas of my skin. If you have oily combination skin, I recommend playing around with using, various types of primers underneath, locking it down with powder or setting spray, as we have to do with various types of products, but it's just so pretty. I do have a favorite stick foundation. This is Dior Forever 24-Hour Stick Foundation. I just pulled that out backwards, but that's okay. It glides on like butter, it blends out so quickly and just melts into my skin. It smooths out my pores and texture, and I can build it from light coverage to just under medium full. It applies and wears beautifully on all areas of my face, my dry normal areas and my shine prone areas. And it has a very soft natural finish before I set it and a soft matte finish after. It feels nice and lightweight all day. I get moderate shine breakthrough during the day, but it never looks greasy. It blots well and doesn't lift or break down on me or slide off my face the way a lot of skincare infused or other stick foundations have. It's an easy, quick, natural daily foundation that looks nice and wears well. I mean, you can't ask for much more than that. Let's talk under eyes. I have dry, textured under eyes with fine lines, dark circles, and under eye hollows. I'm very picky about what goes on my under eye area. My first concealer pick is Tower 28 Swipe All Over. I've been talking about this concealer for a long time now. I think this is my third or fourth tube. So this is very creamy and hydrating. It blends out like a dream, and it layers beautifully over itself or over corrector if you need more coverage without looking heavy or cakey. And it's smoothing and has a skin-like natural finish. Even if you do layer it, I can build it from medium to medium full coverage, and it never clings to or accentuates dryness or texture, and it feels weightless. And it works beautifully on the face too. It's fragrance-free, alcohol-free, and designed specifically for sensitive skin to be non-irritating, which I think is fantastic for around the eye area, especially for those of us that are a bit older. I feel like my eyes get more and more sensitive the older I get. They also put thoughtful skincare ingredients in here that do things like support collagen production and keep the skin around your eyes hydrated throughout the day, which is really important so the thin skin around our eyes doesn't start looking dry and crepey. I can't tell you how many times I've tried a concealer that starts out looking beautiful and smooth and checked in at the end of the day, and I look like the Crypt Keeper under my eyes because it's just so dry. That doesn't happen with this. My second concealer pick that I've been reaching for nonstop since I first got it, that's also great for dry textured under eyes, is Sarah Creel Face Flex Concealer. It's also a complexion enhancer. It's great for under the eyes or the face. There are also really nice ingredients in here. Sarah Creel's entire line is geared towards women over 40. It's very hydrating and sort of fuses with the skin under my eyes to look like skin. Now, if I just dot this under my eyes and blend it out, it gives medium coverage. And that may be great for a lot of people, but I usually want medium full coverage or higher. So I usually wear a thin layer of under eye corrector under most concealers. And with this concealer, I let it sit under my eyes a little bit and thicken. Since it is such a thin, creamy concealer, I just find letting it thicken a bit gives me more coverage. And then when I blend it out, I get medium full coverage from it. And if you're someone who isn't very prone to creasing under your lash line like I am, this might be pretty self-setting for you. I always crease, but it takes a long time for me to crease while I'm doing other things with my makeup before I set my under eyes. It's just a really beautiful, natural looking concealer that covers and it wears beautifully throughout the day, and it keeps my under eyes hydrated. Westman Atelier Vital Skin Concealer is my top pick right now for a medium full to full coverage concealer. It's creamy and hydrating and has a bit of tackiness to it, so it sticks down, it blends out really easily. It kind of fuses with your skin, and this might be another one that would be pretty self-setting for you if you're not prone to creasing. It's another one that's great for under the eyes or the face. I feel like you can feel the skincare ingredients in here. Most other concealers with this level of coverage tend to make me look drier during the day, and this does the opposite. Bobbi Brown Skin Color Corrector Stick is standing strong as my under eye corrector. I wear the shade Bisque. Tapping just a thin layer of this under my eyes works phenomenally well to counterbalance the discoloration under my eyes. It's creamy and skin-like and perfect for dryness and texture. It's hydrating and it has the right peachy undertone for me. And it of course allows me to use less concealer because I am correcting some of that darkness with the peachy undertone. My favorite under eye setting powder is still Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. This is the pink shade and there is a light shade that looks white. I have and use both of them. The pink isn't super pink, it just has a hint of pink to it. Let me get my white one. I wanted you to see them both because the pink goes out of stock fairly frequently, or it has been known to, and there's just not that much of a difference once they're on the skin. So this powder is very sheer and very finely milled. It's sort of an unpowder powder. It does not look like powder on your skin. You need very little product for your under eyes. It sets them beautifully and disappears. It's an invisible natural radiance that doesn't look drying, it doesn't look like powder, there's no shimmer or glimmer, and it never exaggerates fine lines or texture, but you can see a little bit of brightness, which I love having under my eyes, and that's why these are so good for dry, mature, textured under eyes. It's just a flattering powder. For setting the face, Makeup Forever HD Skin Shine Controlling and Blurring Powder in Corrective Rose is one I've been reaching for a lot and really loving. So this is talc free. It's not only sweat proof and humidity proof, but also waterproof. Now I have it in the shade Corrective Rose, which isn't very pink. It's a little bit messy right now because I've actually been blotting with it a little bit. It is great to blot with too because it is very sheer and finely milled, but I mean, I'm not going to carry this container in my purse. I do that when I'm filming. So let me see if I need to blot right now. It's just very sheer. It doesn't cake up. It does a really nice job of blurring your skin, smoothing pores and texture, and diminishing shine and giving your skin kind of a soft focus finish. The dispensing mechanism is one of the most elegant ones I've ever seen. It's just really good. So this Corrective Rose shade is not very pink. It's just kind of a brightening shade that doesn't whiten my face or look like powder or anything like that. My hand feels so smooth now, but it doesn't look like I have powder on. It's a really nice powder if you have normal to oily skin. I just really, really like it. Now for any skin type, if you want to lock your makeup in place but not look powdery or dry, Haus Labs Bio Blurring is beautiful. Now this has the little net mesh insert. This is also talc free. It just doesn't look powdery. This doesn't feel powdery. If you have dryness or texture, if you want to use this under your eyes or all over your face, this is a great powder for that. It's infused with some really nice skincare ingredients. It can help with hydration, redness, irritation, to name a few. Haus Labs is really good with that type of thing. It's extremely finely milled, weightless. It just melts into your skin. It almost feels creamy. Did I already say that? It blurs and smooths and just invisibly sets everything to perfection. It doesn't look like powder. It looks like your skin. So I had to mention this one too. This is another one I've been really enjoying. I mentioned blotting and touching up earlier, so I feel like I need to mention my longest running, my most used blotting powder. I have been using and loving Fenty Beauty Invisimatte for a really long time. This is a very finely milled, translucent blotting powder. I'm not even even sure, you can barely see that. It's very fine and has this pore diffusing complex in it. What happens when you get shine breakthrough is sometimes your makeup can start to settle into your pores. So this helps not only control shine and absorb oil, but also smooth your pores. And it gives you a natural, non-powdery, sheer matte blot. It doesn't cake or settle into texture or fine lines or disturb your makeup, which is why I love it and why I've repurchased it and why it's remained in my life for so long. I have two favorite setting sprays that serve very different purposes. So the first is Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Soft Setting Spray. This replaced my longtime favorite Charlotte Tilbury setting spray very quickly. There's just something about it I love. It's alcohol-free, fragrance-free, and hydrating. It has an ultra-fine, very cloud-like even mist, and it doesn't change the finish of my makeup, even though it's one of those sprays that acts like a facial mist that fuses all my makeup together and takes away that powdery look plus a setting spray all in one. Sometimes my makeup ends up looking more dewy after I use a setting spray like that, and this just leaves everything looking the way I intend it to. Everything looks better and lasts longer. It feels like nothing. My face doesn't feel sticky, and there are also nice ingredients in here too, which is a nice bonus. Now, if I want to go a step beyond regular setting spray, if I'm going to be in extreme humidity or really sweaty conditions or have a really long day, this is the setting spray I am going to. This is One Size On Till Dawn mattifying waterproof setting spray. This has an extremely light aerosol mist. It's very fine, but the formula itself doesn't feel sticky or like it's hairspray on my face, but it locks in your makeup so it is completely bulletproof. Now, I know it says it's mattifying, but I don't notice it changing the finish of my makeup. My face doesn't feel dry or uncomfortable during the day, but it is locked in. This does have alcohol, so I save this for specific purposes, but this stays in my life for those reasons. As I did with my drugstore video, I'm giving you favorites for each type of bronzer and blush. So starting with cream bronzer, we have the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer in the shade medium. This has such a nice blendable, buildable consistency to it. So here is the shade medium here. For each of these, I just swiped them on and lightly blended them so you could get a sense of the texture. I know you're probably wondering why there are 6 swatches here. We'll get to that. So this just looks natural and it doesn't feel like I have an extra layer on my skin. I really like effortless, easy, quick bronzers that look natural and don't look like I'm obviously wearing bronzer. I would much prefer something to look sheer and let me build it where I want than to go in heavy at first, and this is perfect for that. The stick bronzer equivalent of that for me is Merit Bronze Balm. I love the oval shape of this. I just find it really easy to apply to the face. This is a stick bronzer that has a really smooth feel to it. It glides over your skin like a dream and blends out so easily. So this is the shade Clay right here, the second closest to me. It's also very sheer and looks so natural. And my liquid bronzer pick is also from Makeup by Mario. This is the Soft Sculpt Multi-Use Bronzing and Shaping Serum. I have this in light medium, and light medium is here. It's deeper than medium in the first product we talked about, the cream bronzer, which I find really interesting. So what I like so much about this is that it has a nice neutral undertone, so you can kind of get bronzing and sculpting all in one. I like dotting it directly to my face with the doe foot applicator, but there's also a pump. So I can pump it onto the back of my hand and dip my brush into it and apply it that way too. And it looks like the finish is going to be this, I don't know, metallic type of finish, but you just end up with this natural luminosity. It's not too much. I never look oily with it. It's really beautiful. And my powder bronzer pick, although I have many favorites, had to be Charlotte Tilbury Matte Airbrush Bronzer. I have this in medium, and I mean, I have been working on this for the longest time. It's one that I reach for most days. It looks natural and it kind of airbrushes and blurs your skin. It's almost like bronzer and powder all in one without giving extra coverage to your skin. And I love that I don't have to buy an entire new new compact when I run out, which hopefully at some point I will, because I just keep using it and it keeps lasting and lasting. So you do get a lot for your money here, but I can just pop in a refill. So this is medium right here. I feel like powder bronzers don't swatch as well as liquids, but I think that's a pretty good indicator. And even though it says it's matte, I would just say it has a natural finish. It's not glowy, but it doesn't mattify my face either. It just doesn't change the finish of my makeup. I don't contour my face every day, but what I've been using when I use a contour cream product is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Smooth Blur Cream Contour Stick. I have it in the shade Shadow. This glides on so smoothly, and it has that gray undertone that you want in a contour product, and it gives you time to blend it out before it sets down and lasts all day long. This is just a really, really nice contour stick that I have been enjoying. And just in case you're looking for a stick that could do either bronze or contour or both, the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzing and Contour Stick is really, really good. So I have it in Chocolate Souffle. That is this swatch right here. This is even creamier than the Anastasia stick. It glides on beautifully, blends out perfectly, and has that chocolate scent to it that I notice right away, but I don't notice it on my face later. It has a nice application and it wears well, as all the products that I'm sharing with you do. So I wanted to throw this in here in case you want a do-it-all type of stick. If you hear some extra noise from now to the end of the video, they started doing yard work right outside this window over here, but we're just gonna have to film anyway because it's getting rather late in the day. This is a long video to film. It is time to talk about blushes. It was so hard to narrow down each of these types of blush to just one. I probably could have put at least 10 in each type. I was a little uncomfortable going with just one, but I did it for the video's sake. So I'm starting with cream blush. I went with Mean Going Rouge. I love this formula. It's creamy and highly pigmented, but because it's effortlessly blendable, it's just so easy. You can apply a teeny tiny amount and blend it out and go for a sheer look or build it up to have more pigmentation. There are nice ingredients and these are refillable. This shade is Happy, and that is right here. I fell in love with this formula the moment I tried it, and there's some really great shades to choose from too. Now for liquid, Tarte Maneater Blush and Glow has been a favorite of mine since I first discovered it, probably since it first launched. It has this kind of whipped liquid gel formula and a big doe foot applicator. I know they say the formula itself makes your cheeks look fuller and plumper, but I think it's the finish. These have a beautiful, beautiful finish to them. There's no shimmer or glimmer. They just have this finish that gives your cheeks this beautiful kind of soft, dewy glow, and they're just flattering. There are really nice ingredients in here to keep your skin hydrated and smooth, and these apply and blend out like a dream, and there are beautiful shades to choose from. I have these in several shades, and I reach for these a lot. They have been favorites of mine from the start for a reason. I've received compliments when I've worn these. I've also complimented other people not knowing they were wearing them, and they've told me they were wearing these. There's just something about them. They're stunning. Stick blush was really hard for me. I ended up picking Dior Rosy Glow. I just really love this formula. I also like the sweet scent right when I open up the tube. I don't notice it during the day or anything, but here it is right here, right in the middle. It says it adapts to your skin's pH to give you a custom color. I don't know how accurate that is. I mean, I feel like all blushes look a little bit different on everyone because we all have different skin tones, but I think the combination of the finish and the color just give a really pretty dewy glow that's really flattering, and these wear nicely. They're effortless to apply and blend out. I mean, I think we're seeing a theme here with the products that I enjoy the most. Powder blush was hands down the hardest. I have so many favorite powder blushes. It is ridiculous, but I ended up picking Too Faced Cloud Crush. I have several shades of this. These smell good right when you open them. They have kind of a beachy scent to them, and the finish is really velvety and creamy. I have 4 or 5 shades of these. Now the shade I swatched looks really light when you swatch it. I don't think these swatch well because this is not what this looks like on my cheeks. The shade is Golden Hour. These are buildable and blendable, and they give a soft blurring effect when you apply them. They are so flattering, just like my baked blush pick. You see how I snuck 2 powder blushes in here by giving you a baked blush pick? So this is actually the blush that I'm wearing today. This is Kosas Blushes Life in the shade Hype. There are gorgeous shades to choose from in this line. They actually just released some new ones a few months ago. These are swirled with different tones to give your cheeks a really alive look, and they're very smooth and seamless and blurring. And I'm going to say it again, they're buildable and blendable and just super easy to apply, always flattering, and they just give you a beautiful radiance without any shimmer or glimmer particles. So here is the swatch of Hype right there. You see that flattering natural sheen. They wear a long time during the day. This formula is fantastic. For years on this channel, I have talked about my love for multitasking face palettes. I have a powder and a cream one to share with you. The powder one is, of course, Smashbox Cali Contour. I have raved about this for years. This is my 3rd one. There's a deep version and then this one, the lighter version. It's so versatile. I use it on my face, on my eyes. I travel with it. I use it for days when I need to get ready really quickly. It's just super easy to reach for and use. It's a great basics palette that has everything I need in it. You have a mix of matte and pearlescent finishes, and the powders are really creamy, buildable, blendable, easy to work with. This contour has the perfect gray undertone for creating shadows. The bronzer gives the right amount of warmth that's not too orangey, not too red for my light medium skin tone. This blush looks boring, but it actually works perfectly for any makeup look. This matte highlight is really great for the eyes, as are any of these powders, and for highlighting or bringing forward sunken areas of the face, which has become more of an issue as I've gotten older. It's also great for setting the under eyes. And these 2 highlighters here are incredibly smooth and apply beautifully. There's no chunkiness at all. They're great for a wash on the lid and of course for using on your face. I actually use this champagne highlight even when I'm not using the palette. I just dip into it just to highlight my cheekbones or my inner corners. It's lovely. And my cream face palette is Makeup Forever HD Skin Long Wear. This is the face palette. There are some blush palettes and some other types of palettes, but this is the face palette. So on this side, you have your face coverage products that you can use to customize your foundation shade, your concealer. You also have bronzer contour shades down here. Over here, you have 2 face highlighters and you have blush shades. This is a very creamy face palette. It applies beautifully. I thought before I tried it the first time it was going to be too creamy for my shine prone areas, that it would just slide off my face, but it applies and wears beautifully on all areas of my face. It's very handy and I love how easy it is to customize and work with it. So I reach for this quite often. Okay, I picked these few eyeshadow palettes because I felt like even if all my other eyeshadow palettes remained in my life, if I lost any of these, or if, I dropped them and shattered them, if they went missing for any reason, I would miss them enough because I use them or dip into them pretty frequently that I would feel the need to go repurchase them. It would go through my mind that I was missing one of these a lot. I'll start with Makeup by Mario Master Mattes. This might seem kind of boring. It's just a basic neutral palette, but I dip into it multiple times a week, either for an all matte look or a single shade to line with the deeper shades for something. The shadows are easy to work with. If this was a few years ago, I never would have thought an all matte neutral eyeshadow palette would be in one of these videos because it is kind of boring, but this is a very, very useful palette that I use a lot. Next, I have Natasha Denona I Need a Nude and Glam palettes. What can I say? I am a neutrals girl. I reach for neutrals most of the time. Both of these have different finishes and different shades of neutrals. Let me try and turn these. There we go. That's a little bit better. So this has cooler neutrals, whereas this is more, I would say, just neutral leaning warm shades. And between the two, I have pretty much all the shades that I would need for my everyday neutral eye looks and my nighttime neutral eye looks. I mean, I have liner shades, highlighter shades, one and done shimmer shades. I can do all matte looks, but I reach into these all the time also for just single shades here and there. I've talked many times about the quality of Natasha Denona palettes, and these are the two that I dip into the most. I do also use her 5-pan palettes and travel with them frequently when I travel. This is her mini eye sculpt that I've had for a little bit now. It's her all matte one, great for getting a complete all matte look or dipping into for a single shade here and there. But I have 7 or 8 of her 5-pan palettes and reach for them pretty frequently. They have a mix of finishes. They're just so easy to reach for quickly. So I just wanted to give them a quick mention because I do like having those in my life. I've reviewed and tested a lot of eyeshadow sticks here on my channel. And the one brand that I just will always have in my life is Laura Mercier. I just think her caviar sticks, since she reformulated them, are phenomenal. It doesn't matter what shade you get. She has tons of shades to choose from. I just wanted to quickly swatch 3 here for you to see. This is Cocoa. It's also great to line with. This is Aurora, which has a moderate amount of sheen to it. And this is Metallic Taupe. This has more of a metallic sheen to it. It's really great for applying to your lid and blending out the edges. This reformulation lasts even longer without creasing. No primer needed. They give you enough time to work with them and blend them out before fully setting down, and they stay put. They're also flattering on your eyelids. There are matte shades to choose from too. I just love this formula. It's been in my life for a long time. I do like some other eyeshadow sticks, but these just have my heart. Let's talk about liquid eyeshadows. I've been talking to you about Armani eye tints for years now, specifically in the shade Cold Copper. These are just so quick and easy to apply to give you a polished, complete look. You just swipe them on and blend out the edges with your fingers or a brush, and you're done. The applicator also has a really nice pointed tip that makes it easy to get the inner corners of your eyes. I've had several of their metallics and shimmers over the years, and what makes them special is that they're flattering even on textured lids. They don't dry down and make your lids look dry and crepey and emphasize texture the way some liquid shadows can, and they wear beautifully all day. The same applies to the matte shadows. I've gone through many tubes of Cold Copper shade 9S. It's a gorgeous soft neutral taupe with a soft sheen. It's very flattering and suits a lot of skin tones, and it's great for any occasion from casual to dressy. You look instantly put together when you wear this as a wash of color on your lids, and you can use liner if you want or not. It just looks great. I also put 2 of my other favorite shades here. This is shade 44S. It used to be called Rose Gold. I think it might be called Blush now. And then this is 22M Cashew. I usually blend it out to be more sheer. I just blended it a tiny bit today, but you can see how budge proof this is. Love these. And I want to give a quick mention to Makeup by Mario Master Matte's Long Wearing Cream Shadow. What is this shade here? Chestnut. So that is what I swatched right here and softly blended out. This has sort of a moussey whipped texture in comparison to Armani eye tints. And these also apply and blend out effortlessly and are budge proof all day long. These come in various matte shades, and I've been reaching for this shade pretty frequently. I've just been swiping it on my lid and blending it up into and above my crease just for an everyday easy look. It's perfect for that. So if you're just looking for a matte neutral shade to blend out and go, these are really nice. So if we're talking about just single eyeshadows, I have 2 favorites. Now I've said before that Makeup by Mario Liquid Shadow kind of reminds me of the liquid version of Merit Solo Shadows. There's something about the way it blends out. So when you dip your finger into these, they feel creamy. This is kind of a cream to powder formula. And when you swipe it on, you have just enough time to swipe it on and blend out the edges before it fully sets down, and it's budge proof. I mean, this is not going anywhere. This is a shade Studio, by the way. I just really like this shade for a neutral, doing the same thing I do with the Makeup by Mario, tapping it and blending it onto my lid and up above my crease and just blending out those edges. It's super easy and super quick. And these also come in only mattes. So for shimmers, I love the Neen Pretty Shady pressed pigments. These are absolutely stunning. So this is Blink. This is is a single refillable pan. This light shade right here in this trio is Beam. This is today's Stila kitten. Neen's founder is Janine Lobel. She also founded Stila. So here is Blink and here is Beam. These are so smooth. They almost feel like cream powders. It's like a hybrid. The finish of these is just absolutely stunning. These are some of my favorite one and done products, maybe of all time. I love these. I have two picks for eyeliners. I don't wear liquid eyeliner. I always wear a pencil or I line with eyeshadow. So my two pencil eyeliner picks are Laura Mercier Caviar Tightline eyeliners and Persona eyeliners. Both of these have a nice glide to them. So this is Laura Mercier. Let me find a spot. This is Laura Mercier in bronze. So you see that has a really nice glide. And this is Persona in stone. So it also has a nice glide. Now with the Persona, you have about 30 seconds to smoke it or blend it out before it fully sets down. And it will be set down even if you have watery eyes all day long. And they also don't ball up over themselves if you need to layer it, if you need some more pigment, if you blend it out too much. Neither does the Laura Mercier Caviar. You have more playtime with Caviar. You can wait more before you smoke it out or take more time to smoke it out before it fully sets down. It also lasts a really long time. My eyes have watered with the Caviar and I've had no issues. Persona is going to be less expensive than Laura Mercier Caviar. They're both really great and these are two of my go-to most used eyeliners. Speaking of Persona, her volumizing tubing mascara is fantastic. I don't know how long this has been out. It's pretty new, but I have been using it multiple times a week since it launched. It is the mascara that I have on today. I have very wimpy stick straight lashes and a lot of tubing mascaras make my lashes fall straight. This one doesn't, even without a waterproof layer underneath. I like that I can wear it pretty natural for every day or I can build it up. I can wear it over a waterproof layer. I like the shape of the wand. It's not too bulky. I can get into the corners of my eyes. I really like this formula. It's not hard to remove because it is a tubing mascara. It comes in black and brown. For an everyday mascara, this has been really working for me. Now, my more dramatic option, I don't have here. I ran out of it and I've been going through some other mascaras, but I'm going with Max Stack. It's one that I can build up and make it look very dramatic and voluminous, and I don't have to spend a ton of time combing it out. It just always looks really good. It doesn't flake or smudge, nor does this. I didn't realize it was going to be as hard as it was for me to choose mascaras because I have a few that I rotate, that I go to, but those are the two I'm sticking with for this year's video anyway. I don't have much to work with when it comes to my brows. They're very sparse and I'm missing sections of them. I need my brow products to mimic brow hairs as closely as possible. So my favorite brow pen that does that has a very, very fine tip, is the Valentino Trio Liner. Now this has been repackaged since I bought it. The tube matches the color that you buy. Apparently you can only get the new packaging on Valentino's website, it looks like. So that's where I'll have you linked to. I mean, the price is the same no matter where you buy it from. This tip is so fine. I don't have to concentrate to use a light hand. I don't end up with Groucho Marx brows, you know. So you have the brow pen here, and then on this end you have a brow pencil if you want to shade a little bit, and then you have a spoolie. It's actually quite a lot for the money. It's the best brow pen I've ever used. But for a brow pencil, which is really important when I don't have time to use a brow pen, because it does take more time to use a brow pen, I like the Benefit Precisely My Brow Detailer. This has a very, very fine micro 8mm tip. Now it's probably going to look fat next to this very fine brow pen. This is also 3.5, which is a little bit deep for me. I've been wearing 3, which is what I have downstairs. I love that it's not waxy. It glides on very easily. You don't need much pressure at all. There's a spoolie on the other end. It looks very natural. It lasts all day and it does a great job of mimicking a brow hair. It's hard to do that with a pencil. I feel like this is the next best thing to using a pen. Okay, let's move on to lips, starting with lip liners. Makeup by Mario Ultra Suede Lip Liners. These are ultra creamy. There are nice shades to choose from. This shade right here, closest to me, is Smoky Pink. They have nice opacity and they feel really comfortable and lightweight. They stay put, they don't feather or bleed. Smoky Pink is a great shade for me personally. It's really close to my natural lip shade. I think this is my third one, actually. I was using the shade Hue before that, and I just kind of moved over to Smoky Pink. I really like it. This is in heavy rotation, and these are just great lip liners for slightly overlining your lips because of how they look and wear, and because of the opacity, and for filling in your lips if you like your lip products to last a little bit longer. And I also have to give a shout out to Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheats for the same reason. I'm specifically giving a shout out to Icon Baby. This has become a favorite shade of mine. I wear this a lot, but her lip liners in general have been bestsellers for a reason. There's a reason why people just keep buying them and buying them. She has great shades to choose from, and these are also great to overline with because they are creamy, they have nice opacity, they smooth lip lines, and they help your lip products that you wear over them last longer. They are just really great, and these are two that I reach for all the time. I have two lip gloss oil hybrids that are staples for me that live in my purses that I throw on before I go places. I'll start with Fenty Beauty Gloss Bombs. These are super shiny and have a nice big doe foot applicator. They're very comfortable to apply, and they're thick and have a nice substance to them, but they're not sticky at all. They're very nourishing. This is Fenty Glow. This is one of my go-to shades. It has been since I discovered it, and I really enjoy the scent of these. They describe it as an addictive peach vanilla scent. It is very fruity. It kind of smells like a lollipop to me. If I had to pick just one for this category though, it would be Neen Glisten Up. I have 4 of these now. This one is probably the one I wear the most. It's called Dream, and you can see the level of opacity you get. These have more of a straight, sweet, soft vanilla scent, and these feel very silky and smooth when you apply them. It's almost hard to describe how they feel. They are so comfortable and nourishing. They feel thinner than Fenty, and you can feel how nourishing they are. There are really nice ingredients in here. There's no stickiness. I wear these in lieu of lipsticks pretty often because of how pigmented they are. Absolutely love them. And for lip plumpers, I love City Lips Lip Plumping Gloss. I use these as a prep step sometimes before I do my makeup, so my lips are nice and moisturized and plump. At the end of my makeup, when I'm applying my lip products, I also use them as regular glosses. This is my most commonly worn shade, San Diego. Here it is right here. It's kind of a pinky gold, kind of sheer shade, but they have other shades to choose from, also clear. And I've also loved Buxom Full On Plumping Lip Cream and Lip Polishes for a long time for wearing as a gloss, either directly over lip liner or over lipsticks, or even just by themselves. And these, like City Lips, have really nice ingredients in them for hydrating and for conditioning your lips over time. And I like that both City Lips and Buxom don't burn or sting. They sort of feel cooling instead. So I have the Dolly lip polish and lip cream here, and I have White Russian lip cream here, and I swatch them here. So here's Dolly lip polish, lip cream, and then White Russian here. Let's talk about straight up lipsticks before we move on to some other lip formulas. So Charlotte Tilbury Hot Lips 2 formula has been one of my favorites. It's creamy and hydrating, has nice opacity, it feels comfortable on the lips, and has a nice satin finish. So I've been wearing this formula the entire video in Dance Floor Princess. That is this second swatch here. I just find this formula to be very flattering on my lip lines. It almost has a plumping effect to it, and it wears really well for a bullet lipstick. These are also refillable, and this swatch right here is In Love with Olivia. She has some really pretty shades in this line, and I just find that I end up reaching for a shade from this line pretty frequently, not just these two. I do have others. I just wanted to point these out because these are two I reach for often. MAC Luster Glass Sheer Shine is another formula I really enjoy. I have 2 shades here. Thanks It's MAC is this third swatch, and See C sheer is this fourth one. Now you can see these also have a nice satin sheen to them. They feel comfortable and hydrating and have a bit more slip than Charlotte Tilbury. And even though the name and description say that they're sheer, I find they have nice opacity. I really like this formula. I'm always going to gravitate towards a satin or a cream lipstick versus a matte. And so this final swatch here is Hourglass Unlocked Satin Cream Lipstick in the shade Oasis. So this feels a bit thicker than the other two. It has really nice opacity and it lasts a long time for a bullet lipstick. So I would say this is almost a hybrid between a matte and a satin finish. It's really comfortable and the performance is really great. It's another one I reach for frequently. Now these two swatches here are tinted glossy lip balm hybrid products. I love this category of lip product. I did an entire video where I reviewed over 30 of them, and these are two of my favorites. So this one here is the Kosas Wet Stick in Heat Wave. Now typically this type of product has a click up type of mechanism and they're very soft and squishy. You can't retract them back down. I like this because this twists up, it twists back down. It's also not super soft and squishy. So these apply very easily. It's pretty close to a lipstick, but there are a lot more ingredients in here that are beneficial for your lips. Squalane, ceramides, mango butter, hyaluronic acid, and peptides. So these plump, smooth, soften, and moisturize your lips. They're just very comfortable. They're creamy and they have really nice opacity. I have these in like 6 different shades. I love them. They always end up in my purse. Now this is the Hourglass Phantom Glossy Lip Balm. I feel like it does not swatch that well, but it is beautiful on the lips. This shade is Scents. This nourishes and hydrates like a lip balm, and it's cooling and it plumps your lips and smooths lip lines, and it gives high shine like a lip gloss. This is my special occasion comfortable lip product. This is a top favorite lip product that travels with me frequently, and by travel I mean it just ends up in my purse all the time. I have two very different lip treatment products that I absolutely adore for very different reasons, and I use and have repurchased both of them. So first, we have the Too Faced Kissing Jelly Lip Gloss Lip Oil Hybrids. I finished a sour watermelon. It was in my recent empties video. I have a blue sweet cotton candy one downstairs. They give a soft tint to your lips. My lips don't look blue when I wear the blue one, but I love the nostalgic vibes I get from these because these smell and taste just like what the name is. So sweet cotton candy, yes, you're getting that. Sour watermelon, you're getting that. This is raspberry, love it. And this one has some gold shimmer in it, but you're not getting chunks. You can barely even see that glimmer, if at all. This is cream soda. It's so heavenly. I haven't met one of these I haven't liked. They live in drawers, in purses. They are everywhere stashed in my house. Which brings me to Ole Henriksen Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment in Strawberry Sorbet specifically. This is the shimmer version, sorry, glimmer. It doesn't matter if you get the regular Strawberry Sorbet or glimmer, I like them both. So I'm officially saying that this has surpassed and replaced Drunk Elephant Lippy Balm as my Tripeptide 1 lip product of choice. So I just swatched Strawberry Sorbet Glimmer here. Tripeptide 1 is the ingredient that I realized helped restore the pigmentation around the perimeter of my lips. It sort of makes it look like I'm wearing lip liner all the time. I'm not, but I don't have to spend as much time lining my lips, which is really great, but there are specific lip peptides in here and other nice ingredients that keep your lips looking defined and smoother and fuller and that condition and hydrate. And Strawberry Sorbet smells like freshly picked natural strawberries. It's a lovely scent. And I love the consistency. It's just right. It's not so thick that you can't squeeze it out of the tube. It's not sticky so that my hair is sticking to it. And it stays on my lips. It's not so runny that it slides right off. It's just that perfect in between, and I use it pretty much daily. This is probably going to be the longest video ever in the history of my channel. I feel like I've been talking forever. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see my drugstore top picks in every makeup category, you can catch that video here. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.